In finance, we use the term beta to measure the volatility of a stock relative to the overall market. So we say that the beta of the overall market, which is usually measured by something like the S&P 500, has a beta of 1. So if a stock has a beta greater than 1, it means that it's more volatile than the overall market. So if the market goes up by 1%, a stock with a beta greater than 1 is expected to go up by more than 1%. Or if the market goes down by 1%, we would expect this stock to go down by more than 1%. So it's more volatile than the overall market. And if a stock has a beta less than 1, it means that it's less volatile than the overall market. Now, often we want to calculate the beta of an entire portfolio of stocks. So to do that, what we do is we take the weighted average of all of the betas in the portfolio. Or as a mathematical formula, here's what that looks like. So we say that we take the sum, the symbol is sum, from I equals 1 to n of the weight of I, stock I, times the beta of stock I, where the weight is just the proportion of the entire portfolio composed of stock I. So let's take a look at an example of how to actually calculate portfolio beta. This says calculate the beta of the following stock portfolio. So we have 3 stocks, A, B, and C, in this portfolio. We have the following amounts invested in each stock, and we have the beta values for each of these individual stocks. So here's how we can calculate the portfolio beta. So I've created this table here where the first few columns are just the stocks, the amount in each stock, and the beta of each stock. The first column that we need to calculate is the weight column. So if we consider this entire portfolio, if we add 5,000 plus 2,000 plus 3,000, we'll find that we have $10,000 invested total across these 3 stocks. Now we know that 5,000 of that 10,000 is in stock A. So the weight of stock A is just going to be 5,000 divided by 10,000, which turns out to be 0.5. So stock A composes 0.5, or as a percentage, 50% of this entire portfolio. So this is what we're doing. We're calculating the weight of each stock. So we can do the same with stock B. So $2,000 of the $10,000 is in stock B. So to find the weight of stock B, we just do 2,000 divided by 10,000, which is 0.2. And then we do the same thing for stock C. So we take 3,000 and we divide it by 10,000 to get a weight of 0.3. The last thing we need to do is simply multiply the beta by the weight. So the beta of stock A, we're told, is 0.91. So we're going to do 0.91 times the weight of stock A. So when we multiply these two values together, we get 0.455. And we repeat the process again for stock B. So we take the beta of 0.84, multiply it by 0.2, and we get 0.168. And we do the same thing with stock C. So we take the beta of 1.55, multiply it by the weight of 0.3, and we get 0.465. Now the very last step to calculate the portfolio beta, so we can write that beta sub P, is going to be the sum of these values in the beta times weight column. So if we add up these 3 values, we come up with 1.088. This is the beta of this particular 3 stock portfolio. And we can see that the beta is greater than 1, so that means it's more volatile than the overall market. And specifically, if the overall market went up by 1%, we would expect this portfolio to go up by 1.088%. And if the market went down by 1%, we would expect this portfolio to go down by 1.088%. So it's more volatile than the overall market. So that was just a quick example of how to calculate the beta of a stock portfolio.